The Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act, also known as RH Law, is a groundbreaking law that guarantees our universal and free access to nearly all modern contraceptives for all citizens, including impoverished communities at government health centers.
This is a national policy that mandates the Philippine government to comprehensively address the needs of Filipino citizens when it comes to responsible parenthood and reproductive health.
Thus, empowering reproductive health education in government schools and recognizing a woman's right to pause abortion care as part of the right to reproductive health care.
The Reproductive Health Law entails fairness and justice in the distribution of benefits and responsibilities between men and women, and often requires women-specific projects and programs to end existing inequalities. This concept recognizes that while reproductive health involves men and women, it is more critical for women's health.
13 years and 4 months since it was first filed in Congress. The passage of the legislation was controversial and highly divisive, with academics, religious institutions, and major political figures declaring their support or opposition while it was pending in the legislature. Heated debates and rallies, both supporting and opposing the RH bill, took place nationwide.
The bill was refiled and refiled until it made progress in the 14th Congress overall. It was a long and rough road for the passage of the Reproductive Health Bill. It was the culmination of the hard work of a battalion of RH advocates inside and outside Congress and was made possible with the allies of President Benigno Aquino III in the Liberal Party, both in the Senate and the House of Representatives, who worked their magic to get the final votes needed to pass the measure.
Over the years, there had been a lot of opinions, debates, and arguments presented pertaining to the making of the law, which were proposed by many different people, bodies, organizations, and institutions all over the world, and most especially within our country, Philippines. And right about now, we are going to share with you some of these claims, whether in favor or opposed to the law.
Advantages, benefits, and positive claims. According to an in-depth research, the aim and the target of the right law would include the following: to prevent unintended pregnancies. The poor adolescent, rural, and indigenous women are the ones mostly affected by the lack of reproductive health care policy. As a result, in 2006, the CEDAW Committee recommended the Philippines to strengthen measures aimed at the prevention of unwanted pregnancies, including the making of comprehensive range of contraceptives more widely available without any restriction, and by increasing knowledge and awareness about family planning.
To prevent maternal deaths related to pregnancy and childbirth. According to data, there are 11 women dying while giving birth in the Philippines on a daily basis. These preventable deaths could have been avoided if more Filipino women have had access to reproductive health information and health care.
Number 3. To prevent infant mortality. Adequate birth spacing is important for the health of women and their children. Birth spacing of 4 or more years can increase the survival rate of children less than 5 years of age. Number 4. To help individuals and couples choose freely and responsibly when to have children. Knowing which medically safe and effective methods of contraception to use will help individuals or couples determine the number, spacing, and timing of their children.
Number 5. To reduce abortion rates. Increase access to information and services on modern contraceptive methods will reduce the number of unwanted pregnancies, eliminate the
sound economic policy and poverty reduction. They noted that large family size was closely associated with poverty incidence as consistently borne out by household data over time. In a situation where the government was already hard-pressed to finance even the most basic item of public spending, providing services for planning and spacing pregnancy was thus one way of alleviating the tax burden on counties. UP economists believe that reproductive health and family planning programs would offer a win-win solution. This program will leave the well-being of individual women and children and benefit the economy and the environment as well.
On the flip side of things, while there are many who favor the passing of the RH law, there were also those who oppose such acts, and we are heading to the details of these respective claims. Those who oppose the law argue that providing contraception will encourage more sexual behavior and increase the number of unwanted pregnancies. It has also been argued that the disadvantages of the proposed law include the presumed enrichment of the law to the revered Filipino values of abortion, the violation of the religious dogma in a predominantly Catholic nations, and the allocation of the limited government resources to the family planning programs.
Opposition is a view of the Catholic Church on the Reproductive Health Law. The Church declared that contraception is corruption, and the RHBL Anti-Life enlists the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines (CBCP) has ordered priests throughout the nation to constantly inveigh against the reform. They have also mobilized their allies in the Congress, politicians who profess to be Catholics, to scuttle the bill. The church's own seeds of politics and priorities can be seen in a remark which one CBCP official made to a journalist a few years ago, when he said, in many words, that the church would prefer to see a criminal and corrupt person elected to office rather than someone who supports the reproductive health law.
Other claims opposing the law also say that a law based on the assumption of the disruptive population control is pure economic nonsense with all the kudos and praises being heaped on the Philippine economy by international organizations. Both governmental and private are citing the advantage of the growing and young population. This opposition also added the following details in their claim. Number 1, that the Philippines does not need any population management program because its fertility rate is already rapidly falling.
Number 4. In the social sciences, the contraceptive lifestyle destroys the very foundations of society. The family, because of contraceptives, tend to discreet, manage, and lead to more extramarital sex, more fatherless children, more single mothers, and more physiologically troubled adolescents. And lastly,
Number 5. According to the best evidence available, condoms gives a false sense of security and prompt people to be more reckless in assuming sexual risks, thus worsening the spread of sexually transmitted diseases.
In addition to their claim, they also argue that Congress passes the RH bill. They will plant the seed of a contraceptive mentality among married couples, as has happened in all the Northeast Asian countries who are now suffering from demographic winter. They believe that we must find some ways of eradicating poverty, building more classrooms and reducing maternal and child mortalities without nurturing a very counterproductive contraceptive culture in the Philippine society.
While it is clear that people have different takes and viewpoints about a reproductive health law, let us all remember that the most important provision of this law is the guarantee by the state to provide universal access to medically safe, non-efficient, effective, legal, affordable, and quality reproductive health care services, methods, supplies, and devices which do not prevent the implementation of a fertilized ovum education their own according to the priority needs of women, children, and other underprivileged sectors.
In the end, let us ponder on what Dean Tony Lavina of the Ateneo School of Government had to say that, among others, in accordance to the RH law, the abortifacient methods are prohibited, freedom of conscience is respected, and there is neither a mandate to reduce our population nor a preference for smaller families.